But the main thing I want to talk about today is 2023 has become the year of the remake because I've been playing the System Shock remake, which came out, and it's fucking fabulous.
Okay.
So, for those who aren't aware, who aren't as old as me, System Shock was a game made by Looking Glass Studios in 1994. And it was kind of the first major hit for people like household names like Warren Spector, Ken Levine, Chris Avellone, people like that. And it was the progenitor to immersive sims. So immersive sims all come back to System Shock. And that's where the 0451 code comes from.
The one that you've got tattooed on your nipples.
Shh, people don't need to know that. Okay. So Night Dive Studios did an enhanced version of it, which basically made it playable on modern machines and added a few quality of life things back in 2015.
Did the original not have mouse compatibility or anything? You had to use a keyboard.
Yeah, it was all keyboard, didn't have mouse look or anything.
That's insane when you think about it. First person game.
Well, you could use the mouse with it, but it was all for your inventory. Like you just didn't have mouse look. Well, because no first person game at the time had mouse look. Like Doom didn't have mouse look.
No, it was all arrows on that, weren't it? And
So Night Dive did an enhanced edition which added mouse look and added a few quality of life things and made it work on Windows 10 back in 2015. And then they also said they would remake it. They'd got the license and the rights to do it. And it's been in development for about 8 years because they first built it on Unity and then they changed it to Unreal and yada, back and forth. There was a Kickstarter which failed. And then they did another Kickstarter which was successful. And it's finally released after so long. Like I've been waiting for this forever. It's been incredible. They have basically done a 1-to-1 remake of it, but they've added like mouse look, they've added proper lighting engine, make it feel a bit more modern, a bit easier to play as a kind of a modern player. But they've kept the level design, they've kept the mood, the feeling of it. It's so good. So in the game, you play the role of a nameless security hacker who's trying to hinder you start off the game trying to
hack the planet.
No, you're trying to hack into a company called Trioptimum because this is set in 2072, so it's all corporate dystopia shit. But while you're trying to hack into Trioptimum, you get caught and you get offered a deal. If you get sent to Citadel Station. And if you can remove the ethical controls over the shipwide AI called Shodan, you will be allowed to leave and you'll be given some cyber implants and that kind of thing that you were trying to steal in the first place. So naturally, the hacker agrees. And then he wakes up on Citadel Station 6 months after he's turned off the ethical concerns. And everyone's dead. Everyone's dead, Dave. Or mutated, or turned into zombies, or turned into cyborgs, or what have you. Because Shodan... She's got no regard for human life now that she doesn't have any of her ethical constraints on. And the Citadel Station is now heading to Earth with its big mining laser to destroy the planet. So you have to stop her. And that's the run of the game. You go through the level design is so very 90s. There are all these kind of like twisting labyrinthine messes as you kind of walk around. Loop around opening up things. You've got to destroy security cameras and it's to stop Shodan being able to see you and so you can do the things that you need to do. You fight zombies and tin men and all that kind of thing. Pick up audio notes and audio diaries and like that's how you piece the story together.
But can you move while you're listening to them?
I was just about to ask that.
yes, you can. We're not Callisto protocoling it here. The brilliant bit, though, is still Shodan. Shodan was one of the iconic 90s video game baddies. She's so creepy, and they've redone her voice in this one.
Is that the blue face from the fucking box?
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah, they have redone all of her voice lines and redone all the kind of the voice lines of the audio logs. But they've kept the creepiness, the weirdness, the distortedness, the fact that like the voice will sometimes come out in stereo with different pitches. Because it's not a human voice, like Shodan doesn't know how to speak like a human. It's effectively fancy text to speech. And she taunts you, she hates you, she wants to cleanse the station of you. And she will just you start off on the medical level and you have to basically work your way down the different decks of this space station. The first time you get to the elevator that'll take you up to the next level, your security level's too high, so you're not able to open it up. And she just comes over the radio and says to you, "No, this is just for me, not for you. But don't worry, you won't be around for very long. We're going to cleanse you." And then like a load of enemies come out of a monster closet.
Sounds like Dane Ashglide.
Cleanse you is a term, isn't it?
It's very, very much a term, yeah. She wants to cleanse the human race. She finds them disgusting.
Give me a good swift cleansing any day.
What, with an orbital space laser?
Yes.
So yeah, they've nailed the mood. They've nailed the kind of implicit horror. Like, it's not like a horror game. It's not like there's a couple of jump scares. You'll open a door and there'll be an enemy right there, but that's about it.
Like BioShock's not a horror game, but I still screamed.
Yeah, well, BioShock is the spiritual sequel to this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know it's got the DNA there.
Yeah, it's more long form tension. Like, you feel tense playing the game.
Yeah.
The only thing that they haven't brought over, and I'm a little sad at, is the soundtrack for the 1994 game is fucking mad. It's absolutely.
You'd rather have the original.
It sort of like the original doesn't suit the tone. That's the thing. It's just a really fucking mad soundtrack because it's kind of like, it's kind of like if 9 Inch Nails did acid.
It's like what I say to people that play the Resident Evil remake. If you're not listening to the original 1998 soundtrack, you're not playing the game properly.
Well, true, yeah, but it's
just not.
The soundtrack they've got on there fits the mood much better. It's very ambient and very tense, and you feel uncomfortable when you're playing it. It just doesn't have these mad kind of synth prog bits, which is what was in the original. But I can live without it. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. It's a very 90s game. Like, they haven't made many accommodations for modern players, other than like making the control scheme work, making the inventory a bit easier to use, that kind of thing. It's very much a game. If you played PC games or video games in the 90s, this will give you such a fucking dose of nostalgia.
You know what? I'm fucking glad that you finally got something that actually hit.
I was going to say that as well. I was like, finally.
You've had a bad run, mate. You've had a terrible run.
Especially when it came to horror games, yeah.
And he took it to June, all the way to June to actually get something.
No.
Fucking hit.
I got Dead Space. Dead Space was great. I loved that.
We all got that. Fantastic game.
Yeah, and
fantastic game.
Resident Evil 4, I fell off it, but I enjoyed what I played of it, so...
Yeah, I suppose. But you've had a terrible run, though, haven't you, mate? Let's be real.
Callisto Protocol, yeah, that was a bad... Still hurts.
And Redfall.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I'd forgotten about Redfall. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, but System Shock is great. And the best thing is, it's only £35 on Steam. So
now
it's what we love to see. A decent price. And it's still like a 14-hour game as well. It's
brilliant.
Or you can play it on hard mode where you have a 10-hour time limit.
That's what I'd do. I'm not playing a PC game. No. Not a chance.
I think it is coming. It is coming to PlayStation 5 in the future.
Then I will get it. I will enjoy it
when it comes out.
Because I really like BioShock.
And one last thing on the graphics, I put a screenshot on the Discord deals, and you said it didn't look that nice. When you see it in motion, the graphics do a really cool thing. They've kept all the like level geometry of the original game, but the textures are great because like from a distance they look fine and just slightly chunky. You get up close to them and they pixelate like a game from the 90s, and I really like that.
I watched a video review of it that day.
Yeah.
After slagging it off, and I was like, "Oh, that does look nice."
It looks fantastic in motion, doesn't it? Like screenshots don't do it justice.
I'm the first to admit when I'm wrong. I'm always the first to admit when I'm wrong, and it's pretty as fuck.
Yeah, so
it's lovely.
Yeah, it's out now on PC, and I think it comes out later this year on all the consoles actually, and Mac for some reason.
System Shock, baby.
Yeah.
Love that.